Hey, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Everyone hit the like button and share. Who's in here today? Nemo, how's it going? Hey, Gary, what's up, Gary? Hey, Gary, I'm gonna try something here. Type in drop in the chat. I'm gonna see if something works. Hey, how's it going, Justin? It's that time again. Gonna go home now. Hey, Justin, type in drop in the chat. I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna test something out here, see if it works. Yeah, it's 3:41 here, and we're looking at 83 degrees in sunny California. Let's see if it works here, Gary. I was trying out that I guess what do you call it, bot. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't, then I gotta test it out, find out or it might. I don't know if maybe it only works but no, it was said YouTube, so we'll see if it works. If not, we tried. Hey, how's it going, man? Not as hot over there, huh? Yep. Well, time to head for home here, and we'll see how it goes here today. How's everyone doing? I don't know, Justin, you already out of work, or he was heading to work the same time I was this morning. So everybody, don't forget to hit the like button, share. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Yeah, let's see how it goes here. There's a couple parts here where the internet kind of goes in and out. Not the best internet in this area where I work at. But how's everybody doing here? Oh, I was remembering a story about me and my cousin. We used to work together over up in San Jose area. It's like Santa Clara County, and we worked for Manpower. They find you jobs and stuff. You just call up and find out if they let them know that you're available, tell you where to go. So we ended up going to this furniture store, and it was called Gold Key Furniture. And we worked in the shipping department, loading and unloading trucks, and also customers would come into the place, and we were loading up some furniture, and then one day, we got a couple that came in, and there was two of them, a husband and wife, and I think it was a Dodge. It was a Dodge. I think it was a Dodge Challenger. How wide. They're pretty wide. They got the back seats pretty big. So, my cousin, goes, hey, you know what, this customer here, he wants us to load up what they purchased, and the thing was that they purchased was one of those kind of like, where you put like little knickknacks inside, but it's one of those that go like in a corner, the corner of the house, it's like cornered, the back of it, and it's like, like round. It was rounded on the front, corner into the thing, and the thing is, the customers, oh, hey, you know what, we want to put it in the back seat, and we figured, oh, it's pretty wide the car, and it wasn't that tall. It was a small unit, I'd say maybe about 4 feet or something, So my and then it was a two door, so so you open up the big door, put the seat, it was a split seat in the front. So you push the seat forward, and then my cousin, what he did, he sat down in the seat, and then I'm like above the roof, like standing up, so the roof kind of like hit me right here in the chest, so I can't really see what's inside. So I'm telling my cousin, hey, well, I'll feed it to you, and then you can just, he can just feed it into the car, with his hands, So we're starting to feed that little thing inside the car, and then all of a sudden, my cousin, he starts laughing. I mean, we had it. I had it like almost all the way in, but there was only like maybe, I'd say, maybe about 10 inches or less, that had to go into the car, and I'm pushing it, and it's like, hey, it wasn't going any further, and then he starts cracking up. My cousin, he's like laughing and like, what the heck is going on? And then I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why aren't you pushing it anymore? And it's not going in. And he's like laughing and laughing. I mean, he was laughing. I mean, I started laughing. I'm like, what the heck? He's all, take it out, take it back out. So I'm like, what the heck? The family was standing, the husband and wife were standing outside. And, here we, I got it out again. And then he's still cracking up. And then I'm all, why? He wouldn't tell me what's going on. He was just cracking up, laughing. Then all of a sudden, because both doors of the cars were open, the two doors were open. Then all of a sudden, from the other door on the other side, you see this little old lady, dude. This little old lady comes out of the car, from the back seat, and then she's all like, she starts saying, like, it was so funny because she's all like, I couldn't get out, and I'm like, what the heck? What do you mean she couldn't get out? I mean, I didn't know she was in there, and then my cousin didn't say shit, and we had her against the damn car. Her head was against the inside of the car. Here's here's that thing right here. It's like, oh, we're over here pushing her into the car. She was stuck in there, and it was so funny. I mean, I was like, oh my god. As soon as the old lady, got out, then we, you know, it was like, oh man, you know, I told him, damn, I go, why didn't you tell me, dude, that she was there, because he could see her, because, he was feeding the thing into the car, but it was so funny, like, I couldn't get out, I couldn't get out. Oh my god, I was cracking up. you know, and, we had other days, where we they had us working inside also in the showroom. We had when new couches came in, new bedding. We would put the stuff inside. And then there was the reason they had us working there because the business was actually closing due to the rent. The owners of the building, it was a huge building, and there was two areas. So basically, they wanted the company out of there. So what they do, of course, they raised the rent to the point where it wasn't, worth it for them. I mean, they had other spots in LA. They had another store in LA. So they were like, oh, we're gonna relocate whatever employees. In fact, they even offered us a job. They said, hey, you guys did a real good job. And like, yeah, right. We're not gonna, we lived in Gilroy. It's like, nah, we're not gonna go. We're not gonna go. No, we didn't live in Gilroy at the time. We're living in San Jose area. And then the funny thing is, so like, yeah, we'll give you a job over there. I'm like, no, we live here, so we were just gonna be there. We were just gonna be there a couple of weeks working, but we ended up working probably like 2 months. So it was pretty good, And then the thing is the company was going out of business. I mean, there, they would even get food for everybody, like for lunch. We didn't even have to go get lunch because they would always bring, catering. They had little sandwiches or little, like finger food, chicken or, like wings and stuff, So, hey, it was a nice job. We worked there for a couple of months, and then, so then one day they wanted us working inside so the showroom, put some new move furniture around there, sectionals and stuff like that. And they had salesmen also, and there was this one salesman. He was kind of short, He was like probably like five something, like 5'2", 5'4", and he's all like, oh man, he's all like, hey, oh shoot, because there was always this one lady that always looking for him because she wanted to. I guess she like flirting with, because he would flirt with all the women, just to, of course, so he can sell them furniture, It's like, oh, this couch looks great in your living room, and stuff, and he would always, flirt with him. But then the thing is, some of the ladies, would get all, take it more serious, and they're all like, looking for him, And then, hey, he's all like, oh shit, there she is, He's all, and he'd go and hide behind the like where the couches are. He'd hide maybe like down behind it where they couldn't see him. And they're like, hey, have you seen? They told me he's over here. I'm like, oh, no, I haven't seen him, man. But what's going on? Oh, well, that one. I guess he sold her. He sold her a one of those like a couch. It's kind of like the ones have you seen the movies with Cleopatra, where it's like almost like a chair, but it was you can sit, but your whole body lay on it. You can sit down and you put your legs in there and everything, you know. And she was like, "Oh yeah, he's. I thought he's here, you know." And I'm like, no, he's not here. But what did you need? Well, I wanna find out if my furniture is ready. Oh, you know what? Let me find out. So we had to go out in the shop. There was another guy. This guy was the guy that would repair furniture. Like say if there was a damage on like say a dresser, the top has scratches or anything. He would fill it in, and then he had like spray paint, different colors and he would he would match the furniture. Looked like it was new. Couldn't even see the defects on it. So we're like, hey, is that lady's thing taken care of? And then it's all like, oh no, I haven't gotten to it, but it's next one, And then she's all like, oh, okay. Well, we'll give us your phone number and your name, and we'll give you a call as soon as it's ready. They'll probably deliver it or whatever. So then the lady left, and then this lady, she was pretty big. So then the guy that repairs the furniture, he goes, hey, I go, well, what happened to the furniture? He goes, wow, this lady, she weighs a lot, but that's not the problem. It's just that, you're supposed to sit in it and just, I guess she was like throwing herself on the furniture, I mean, come on, if you throw yourself on the furniture, it's kind of like in the bed, if you throw yourself on the bed, you're going to crack the boards. So she basically cracked the boards that hold the springs up, So then the guy's all like, yeah, you know what? She's not gonna. I want to fix it real good, He goes, she ain't gonna break it this time. After I fix it, he goes, because he's gonna put 2x4s in there, He's all like, yeah, I'm gonna reinforce that thing, If she doesn't, it's gonna hurt her next time she jumps on it. It'll be soft if you sit on it, but if you jump on it, yeah, you're gonna hit the 2x4s. He's all like, she ain't gonna break it this time, But she's all like, oh, okay. Then went back over to the salesman, told him, hey man, yeah, she's gone already. He's all like, oh man, yeah, that lady, man, she's like, she comes over harassing me all the time, She wants me to go on a date with her, and I said, no. I'm married. And he was, but he's a salesman. He's got a, oh, hi honey, how's it going? And you gotta sell the furniture, And there was a bunch of other guys that I remember. I don't know if you guys remember, there was these old commercials back. I think it might have been in the 70s or 80s. It was a coffee commercial. And then the commercial, starts where this guy's coming into work, and he's all like, hey, how's it going, Bob? It's like, and he's all like, like angry, In fact, his face is like a werewolf, It was, and then all of a sudden, the guy goes and has his cup of coffee, and then then all of a sudden, kind of like the new Snickers commercials, hey, you're being they always have these commercials, like, hey, you're being like, one of the football players, what's his name, used to tackle people, and then or like Betty White, don't be a Betty White, I remember one of the commercials, playing tackle football. And he goes, here, have a Snickers, then they change to their normal person, But this guy was kind of like that, he comes in and everybody, hey, how's it going? I forget his name. I think his name might have been Bob. You know, hey Bob, how's it going? He's all like, you know, like. So it reminded me of that commercial that day. I remember. I think it was like in the '90s when the commercial came out. And then he goes gets, you know, because they had coffee there at the place, you know, free coffee for the employees. You know, the guy gets a cup of coffee. And then later on, he's all like, oh, hey, how's it going? You know, all nice, you know, and then there was girls that worked in the other departments, and then they had a system. That's right. They had a system like when I think they had it also at Costco. I seen it at Costco where they have like a tube system where like you send paperwork and stuff through a tube, like from one office to another, So like say they had a customer inside the building, and he was buying like a couch or something, but it was up in the rafters, up in those all the racks are so high, stuff. So it would get sent to shipping, that was in the back where we were at, and then there was a girl sitting at a desk there, and the tube would land over there, and then she'd open up the tube, take out the paperwork, and then, oh, hey, you know what? You need to pull these. Call the guy that worked out in the back there. Hey, you need to pull these orders, for the customers. They're going to come to pick them up, or if it's going to be a home delivery, So the guy that did all, the woodwork and stuff, in the back, he would always be looking. He'd always be looking at the girl, because she was good looking. And then she's sitting there at her desk, she has that window, open. And then we're all looking at her, and then what does she just start doing, man? She has this giant pickle. This girl's got this giant pickle. And then she starts like licking the pickle, and we're like going, oh my god, all the guys in the shop are like going crazy. And then looking at her, she's over there like licking the pickle. And then she's licking the pickle, and then all of a sudden, she's like puts it, completely almost in her, like half of it in her mouth, and we're like, oh my god, Then she bites the head, the top of it off, and everybody's all like, oh man. And then we're like, oh, that must have hurt, And we're laughing, and then that reminds me of the story, because this guy that does the furniture, repair and stuff, he's got like stuff, like putty and stuff, and he would do different things, and then this guy, he's all like, hey, come here, guys. He calls me and my cousin over, and he goes, hey, dude, look at what I made. And he shows it to us, and we're like, oh my god, he made a male organ, with everything on it, he even had veins on it, I'm like, oh my god, you're sick, dude. And then he goes, hey, look, look what I'm gonna do, So this guy, he's what do you think he's gonna do? Well, he goes inside, whenever there's nobody around, over there upstairs, inside, because it was kind of like a ramp to go to the showroom, and he's all like, watch, guys. And then we're like, stay here, and keep an eye on the girl in shipping, So I'm like, what is this guy gonna do? We're like wondering, and my cousin and some other guys are in the warehouse area. And then this guy, he goes over there, and then he gets one of those tubes that they have over there, and that usually shoot the paperwork over to the shipping lady. I mean, she was young. The girl was like probably in her 20s. She was like 20, 25 or more. This guy was around the same age too, and then he's all like, he used to always flirt with her and stuff, and then he's all like, watch, and then he goes, and then he comes running, and he sent the tube, but she was kind of busy, so the tube, went boom, it landed, right there, so we're all looking at it, everybody's looking at it. And then she's all like, hey, there she goes. He's all like, watch, keep an eye on it. And then she goes to open up the little, it's got like a glass door, plastic door. So she opens it up, and then she goes to grab the tube, and then she does it, and she's not paying attention. She's like, gonna open up the tube. I think if you would open up from the top, take off the top lid, and then you would stick your hand and get the paperwork out. So then here she goes. She goes to stick her hand get the paperwork out, and guess what's in there? That thing he made. And then she's all like, "Oh my God, you guys are so dirty." And then she knew, of course, she knew who did it. I mean, they're always, going back and forth, And then he goes, "Oh," and then she didn't. She kept it. She put it in her purse. So like, "Hey man, you're gonna get in trouble." Sexual harassment. But the thing is, in the '90s, there was sexual harassment, but it wasn't like as it is nowadays. But it was like it was there. But then now it's like you can't even, because I remember later on. I mean, because I used to work for Craigens, and that was one of the things, and we even had a class on it. You couldn't even say certain words. Because I mean, I remember this one lady. She used to always say, "Hey, honey, how's it going?" I mean, she was an older lady, and then after that class, that was one of the things you couldn't say anymore. So it was like, oh man, so I can't even say that. I can get in trouble for it. But yeah, so this guy was crazy, man. It was like oh, and then when I first started working at the furniture store, I used to wear tennis shoes. That was like for the first week. And then one day I was helping my cousin, and then he accidentally we're moving what was it? We're moving a sleeper sofa. And you know how those things are heavy, sleeper sofa. So he goes, "Hey," and he wasn't paying attention. I go, and I told my cousin, "Okay, yeah." And then I had my foot like right at the edge, and then your foot can almost fit underneath the couch, but not all the way. So what happened? My toenail was like right at the edge. Where right up, not underneath, but right above. So then my cousin, when he was gonna lift it, he kind of pushed it toward me, and I was like, "Oh man!" He lifted my toenail completely off my toe. I mean, I could see it through the tennis shoe. It was like, it was like poking like almost straight up, and I was like, "Oh man!" I was like, "Oh man, dude, you messed up my toenail, dude." And then I'm like, "Oh, what the heck?" So then with my other, I'm like, "What the hell?" With my other foot, what I did is I put my other foot, the heel of my foot, on the toenail, and I just pushed it back down. Just pushed that toenail back down. And then, I was like, I had when we just started working, so we still had a whole 8-hour shift, But the funny thing is, it was like it didn't hurt, because it was a clean, lift. But then I put it back on. I guess it was, the funny thing is that it just bled a little bit, but it wasn't that bad. Because later on I took my sock off, And then I looked at it and it wasn't that bad. So I'm like, yeah, oh well, And then it kind of got later on, a couple of days it kind of stuck on there. But then after, and I think it was a weekend I was off. And then we went to the flea market. And I told my cousin, that's it, man. I'm getting, steel toe, steel toe shoes, just too damn dangerous, in the warehouse, you got forklifts, you're gonna get ran over with them things too. So yeah, I got some steel toes. I mean, they had some nice ones. And they were real comfortable too. They were like, I think they were Red Wing ones, and they weren't that bad. I think I paid like 60, like, but in fact, I think it was less than $60. It was like 30, could have been maybe like 39 or 49.99, I think. And it was the good thing was they were comfortable. Usually you get some steel toes, and man, they bother your toes. And they're kind of like hard. Because I usually have to get boots but extra wide. And so I got those, and hey, that was okay because what it was always this one guy that worked with us. He was always getting high. With weed and shit. He was always high. And then he, my cousin, in fact, he went with him one time. They went on that delivery to a customer's house, and they messed up the wall, and made a hole in one of the walls. And my cousin goes, man, that's it, man. Never again go with him. They're probably gonna get a complaint. Company's gonna have to pay for the repair of that hole in the wall. Because these idiots. So my cousin said, you know what, never again go with that guy to go deliver furniture. But yeah, so the boss was like, hey, you know what? The boss kind of liked this, He goes, hey, you know what? You and your cousin did, you work real hard, Yeah, and he even knew that other kid. He's all like, that other kid, man. He looks like he's always high, huh? He's always acting crazy and shit. And I'm like, yeah, I know. But yeah, I mean, he didn't fire him. I guess he didn't care because they were only going to be there, a little bit. And then it was almost going to end, because it was going to be Christmas. And then one of the girls they brought like they brought some food that they made at home, and I used to drink when I was younger. I used to drink when I was like in seventh grade, eighth grade. I mean, all the way through high school, and in fact, I ended up quit drinking when I turned 21. So I never drank again. After I turned 21, I said, forget it. I'm not gonna drink anymore. Drank enough, I guess, for the time I did. So I'm like, no more drink for me. So then the thing is, this girl she brought some like little donut holes, kind of bread, like. And then she goes, hey, you guys, I baked some donut holes. Oh, okay, hey, you know what? But she didn't tell us, that there were actually, I don't know if anybody ever has had rum balls. She put rum in the batter, I know my sister, now I know, but I was still young. I was in my 20s. I'm like, I didn't know any better. And I think she might have said rum balls, but I'm like, oh, maybe that's what they call them. But I didn't think it was alcohol. Rum in them, and I was like, oh, and then I didn't just eat one. I ate like about 4 or 5. They were good. And then later on, I was like buzzing. What the heck? And then she goes, later on, she tells us, because, my cousin too, he didn't either. He didn't know. And we're like, oh, fuck, what the hell? He used to drink, but but I was like, damn, I'm kind of buzzed, you know. Luckily, it was almost time to get off, you know, but I still had to drive, you know, drive home. I'm like, oh shit, you know, and I never, you know, I hadn't drank in a long time, you know, so it kind of hit me pretty good. I was buzzed. I was like, oh man, I felt kind of, everything was kind of like blurry and stuff. I'm like, what the hell? You know, she's like, yeah, it has rum in it. I'm like, rum? You mean alcohol? Yeah. Oh man, I'm like, Jesus, I wouldn't have ate them. But it was funny, you know, like, oh shoot, you know, and you know, so then we went. I made it home fine, but then that's yeah. Man, next time I'm like, hey, next time if somebody brings it, I'm gonna ask. You know, hey, you know, you never know. There might be some happy brownies. You know, have some secret ingredient. You know, so it's like, oh man, and so it was getting less and less furniture in the store. You know, and then we kind of because they were on their last weeks. And you know, pretty soon they, you know, because we were getting shipments because they were trying to get as much, you know, all their overstock from other stores in there to sell, you know, stuff that didn't sell over the other stores. They were selling it there because they, you know, people were, you know, were giving, you know, they would, you know how it works. You know, they mark it up a little bit and then they knock it down, so they still make a profit, but they're telling you, oh, you know, big 25% off, you know. And then I think even the last part of the furniture, you know, they, in fact, in fact, one of the guys gave me, they go, hey, you know what, you want this, you know, the owner, he's all, hey, you know what, because they had like a mirror, you know, I don't know if you ever seen these kind of mirrors, they have lights inside, you know, it's like the lights, it's got a glass mirror and then it's got another mirror inside, but then it's got lights in the mirror in the middle of it, and then it had another little mirror, kind of like almost like those ones you stick on your mirrors, you know, so you can see stuff closer, you know. And you know, he goes, I go, what is it? He goes, it's called an infinity mirror. Oh, an infinity mirror. He goes, watch, let me show you. He goes, so you know, he plugged it into the wall, you know, and then he turned it on, and it's like, whoa, you know, it had lights. It was a square mirror, had lights all the way around, you know. But then with the mirrors, it would look like it was like like it says infinity. It was like you could see like for like real far away. You would think it was a room like far away. It worked like a regular mirror, but then you turn on the light, it was the infinity mirror, and you know you can see the lights, you know, and then they had that circle mirror in the middle, so it would make it like a bunch of other lights, like really cool looking. So it was a pretty cool looking mirror, you know. And then there was I mean, this was almost pretty much almost like the last week, and then he's all, hey, you know, you want, you know, they had, because they also sold like china, you know, like dishes, cups, you know, and all kinds of different ones. And you know, this ain't no cheap stuff, you know, it's expensive stuff, you know. And you know, he goes, hey, you know what, you know, we can't really sell these, you know, because you know they were only like, say there was like only one plate, you know. And you know, I'm like, hey, shit, I'll take them. So I got a box, you know, and started loading up. Got a bunch of plates. I got a real big like a, you know, because right now you go to the store, you can, you know, the biggest plate you find is maybe like 12 inches. You know, this plate's like at least, I'd say 6 inches, 16 inches, you know, in diameter. You know, or 14. I think it was either 14 inches. Yeah, because it's like the other ones are, you know, you go to the store, the biggest one you usually find about 12 inches. You know, and then if you try to look for anything bigger, you know, you're looking at about $30 for per each on some of those. You know, so yeah, so I'm like, Yeah, I'll take them. What the heck? They even had like some like gravy. They call them gravy bowls. And then they also had like these butter dishes where excuse me, where you get the stick of butter. You put it on the table, and it has a cover on it. But this is China. Expensive shit. Then they even had some like like silverware also that wasn't complete. He's all like, hey, you can have all this. We're gonna end up throwing it away anyways because we can't sell it. And I'm like, you can have it. You guys did a real good job. Working here and stuff. So the manager was, he really, really, really liked the way we worked. So then we got all these bowls and then cups. Like also like tea. Like these also teacups. Like where you put your hot water and your tea bag and then they also had like a set of instead of two cups. And then it had a little platter underneath it. So you would and then also had like where you put your milk in one, and the other one had for sugar. It had like you could put a spoon in there. You had I think in fact it came with a little spoon, so you can put your sugar in your coffee or your tea. So we got a bunch of those too. It was a pretty good amount of stoneware that we got and silverware. In fact, I still have maybe, over the years. I mean, you break them, you gotta toss them out. I mean, I think I have maybe a couple. I still have that one big platter. It's like 14 inches. I mean, I use that one. It's good for warming up big items in the microwave. And then I still have a couple bowls. And other stuff. But little by little, things have been, get broken, toss them out. This was like, I'm 60 now. I mean, I was like in my 20s then, and I mean, so it was good stuff. But yeah, I mean, I had some coffee cups that I finally, I think, threw out. I mean, those were like, geez, 40 years old. I think my grandma gave me was a set. Yeah, and I think you can still. They were made in the U.S. and I think you can look them up online. Um, it's like a brown design, and it kind of had like a kind of like if you would like say you fill it up with beer, and the foam would go over the side, but it was kind of like a cream color. The way they made that stoneware. And it's made in the U.S. and the plates were all. I had the whole set. I think I still have regular coffee cup, but this coffee cup was big. It was like a mug. And I still have the coffee cups. I think I got maybe like four of them still. And my grandma goes, hey, you know what? When you get your own place, your apartment. I was single at that time. You can have some stuff you can eat and on dishes and bowls and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it was pretty good stuff. I mean it's over 40 years old. And it lasts a long time as long as you don't drop it. Because we never had a dishwasher. It was always hand washing. All of a sudden it slips out of your hand and breaks. And then I'm like, oh, where's that cup? My wife, oh, I don't know where it's at. I'm like, she must have dropped it, dropped it in the sink. Just it's what the heck. It's got to replace it, get some new stuff. But yeah, it was. So then the final week, pretty much all the furniture was gone at the furniture store, and then the guy goes, pretty much he got rid of all that one guy that was smoking a lot, and then he goes, you know what? He goes, you guys wanna work another week or so? I don't know how long it's gonna take you guys, but we have another warehouse that's in the like across the street from them. It was kind of like it was where they had all the mattresses, all the extra mattresses. So they basically emptied out all those mattresses and brought them into the showroom, and they finally sold out on them. So they had all these racks, like I mean, it was a lot of racks, you know. So we had a terrible part, So so then I'm like, you and your cousin, you guys, do good work. I don't have to be, worried about you guys not doing your job. Basically we tell you guys and you go and do your job. You're not fooling around. Yeah, yeah, okay. So we went over there and we looked at the shelves and it was, oh, okay. So gave us a couple of tools, like a sledgehammer and then like a socket wrench and a ratchet. So because these racks, they were like they went into a groove, into a groove. They had the ones that stand up, and then they had the other ones that go this way. So they would go into a groove, and then after that they would bolt it down to the other part, so it wasn't gonna come apart because you got all the mattresses on, but you don't want it to fall apart on them. So they're like, oh, we started taking apart, with the wrench. My cousin was holding the wrench, and then I had the ratchet, and then we're like, hand tools, so like start taking off the bolts and stuff like that, and then so we're like, oh, they were doing all that. Finally, we took off all the uh, all the bolts and stuff, from the rack, and then so then finally we have all the racks, but then we still have to undo the other part, so you had to pound with the hammer, we had the sledgehammer. You had to pound upward so it would unhook from the other piece, so then we're like unhooking it, that way, and then the that so we pretty much got every single bolt off all of them. Then all we had left is get those other ones off. So then here we start you know pounding away, on the and then getting all the top ones off, carefully and stuff like that. And then well, hold on, guys. I'm here at the gas station here. I'll be right back. Don't go away. Don't go away. I'll finish the story here. Couple of minutes here. guys. How's everybody here? Okay, so then basically we just got the gonna do the finishing of the knocking down the racks, because all that's holding up the racks up, there's one end and the other end, they're so you gotta hit it from the bottom to hit it up, and the only thing left is all the bottom ones because we already did all because it was pretty. It had like I think like 3 or 4, so it was pretty high, where they had all the mattresses and stuff, the king size and the twins and fools and all that, So then I told my cousin, you know what, let me finish it off, And so he was standing back, and I go, just stand back, get out of the way. So I'm like facing because they had a big garage door to open, and he's all like, oh, okay. So he kind of got out of the way because I'm gonna start knocking him down, and I didn't wanted to fall on him. So then I'm like, I start pounding away on the rack, and I'm just going like one after another, like boom, 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 boom. These things are like falling on the ground, they're all like falling, and I'm like I just keep going, boom, boom, boom. Like in a couple of minutes, I pretty much finished all of them, knocked them all down. And then I didn't know that the boss the boss had come over, and he's over standing by the entrance, looking at it, and it was all like. Then when I finished it, I turned around, and he's all like, oh, hey, good job. He's all like, and then after we did that, then we had to, they had to get ready for to ship them out, because they were gonna take them with them to the other stores, for racks, so they got us this like thin. They gave us gloves too, because they gave us these like bands, flat metal bands, and then and basically you had a tool, and then you would strap them. There were straps, like metal straps that you would. So what we did, we stacked them up, like put some blocks first, like pieces of wood down, and then me and my cousin, we picked them up, and then we stacked them, because they were as small as you were gonna get them. They couldn't get them any smaller, but so we had they were pretty long, they were like, geez, if you would look at it, it was like say a garage door, a 2-car garage door. If you look at a 2-car garage door, and then add maybe another 4 feet to it, I don't know how wide that would be, but that's about how high those racks were. It's a pretty tall warehouse, and so we stacked everything, and then we bounded everything, and get it all ready to take it out of the warehouse, to put it in a trailer, or put it on top of a trailer, and then they'll strap it down and then take it to the other store, So, and then my cousin goes, okay, and then so they go, okay, so are we gonna how are we gonna get them out of here? He goes, oh, well, we have they had a forklift that we used to get, like when they would go into that warehouse and they wanted to move more of the mattresses over into the showroom. It was a propane. It was a propane forklift, and then so then he's all like, oh, so okay, so and then the guy that was our boss, from Goki Furniture, he asked, hey, does I mean, my cousin, he knew how to drive a forklift because he used to work in a warehouse, so he's all like, I know how to I know how to drive a forklift, and then my cousin goes, oh, you know what, this, so he picked up the first set of racks, that we already strapped them up, and then we had to get them out of there and put them on a trailer on a truck, flatbed. So then he's all like, oh, you know what? And then so he picks it up, in the middle, and then he's all like, oh shit, we find out that the damn racks are longer than the exit. So it's like, how in the hell are we gonna get these racks out of here now? It's like, damn, how are we gonna do this? My cousin, he's like, I can't get them out there. They don't fit. I'm like, what the hell are we gonna do? He tells me. I said, you know what? I'll get them out of here. So like, are you sure? Yeah. And I've never driven a forklift before. That's the funny part. So then, so then he's all like, are you sure? Yeah, watch. I'm like, well, what's so hard about driving a damn forklift? Up button, you have a couple levers, it would go down, and this one basically would just go up and I think, and then it would tilt. That's it. It would tilt, nothing else. And there's some forklifts because I've worked in another warehouse at security where they had a paper mill, and they had these ones that grab the paper rolls, gigantic paper rolls, and they would like grab onto the rolls, and I mean this thing would like go this way, that way, up, down, even it would even spin. I mean, it was one of those really, really crazy forklift, But so then I'm like, okay, all right. I'm like looking, okay, how am I gonna do this? Oh, I got it. I mean, there was enough room in the warehouse that I could spin. Once I lifted it up, I could do a 180 in the warehouse with the racks, on the forklift. So that was no problem. So I said, oh, okay, I know what I want to do. So then what I did, I got close to the entrance, one way, because one way there was like that, pretty much that's the wall, and this way there was like a door, but there's still, it was only the garage door, going up and down, So then I'm like, okay, so what I did, I went as close to where the door was, the opening. So then I went straight like this, and then I what I did, I swang I turned the forklift, like this, like I turned the forklift like this. So then that extra feet that we didn't have, it was already going to be out the door. So then all I had to do is then once I got that out of the door, then there's the other end. There's enough room to get out. So I basically got everything out of there like that. And the even the boss was amazed. He's all like, "How the hell are you gonna get these out of here? It's wider. When first, we'll get them out." I told him, and hey, we did. We loaded up the trailer, got all those racks out of there. Then the truck driver, tied them all up. We finished the job. The owner was happy. I mean, in fact, the owner was so happy. He gave us a little, like a Christmas, because it was during Christmas. he gave us a Christmas bonus. I mean, he gave me and my cousin some money, and he's all like, here, he came, you guys did a fantastic job, I mean, he just goes here. He gave us $120, cash money. He goes, you guys split it, 60 for each, So I'm like, hey, this is this is 1990, I mean, for basically like, we were still on the payroll, with with that company, that we work for. So this was just basically, bonus. But yeah, the guy was really a nice guy, and we're like, hey, well, it was a great job, nice, good thing, that we really liked it, but when we were there. Let's see who's in here. Hey, Scotty, what's up, man? Just popping in. All right, thanks for coming in. Justin. Yes, I am. I'm good, man. How are you? How are you? How's it going? How's the weather? Hello, Scotty. How's the weather over there? There's two Scots in here. One, I know one's in the UK. And where are you at? In the UK also, Scotty Animal Adventure? Yeah, I just got home from work. Just made it. Made it safely again. Yeah, all right. 10 likes, and thanks for the likes, everyone. Ah, both in the UK. Yeah, I heard you guys having a bad storm over there, dude. Yeah, yeah. I think I was on that live with Christina and Phil and them, and Mark, Spider Guy, and they had also who was it? Yeah, Allie was on there too. Yeah, she was talking about how strong the winds were over there. Yeah, over 100 miles an hour. It's like, dang, that's crazy. Crazy kind of weather. Well, thanks everyone, whoever came in and hit that like button. Thanks everybody for showing up. And well, I'll be signing off now. Don't forget to hit the like button. If you're not subscribe. Hit the like button, share it. Hit the bell button so you can see when I'm going live again. But everybody have a good evening, good morning, or good afternoon, whatever it is. And like Keys says, say hello to your mom and tell her you love her. You never know. You do it when you can. Bye, everyone. Till the next time. Bye.